After I arrived in Chicago today, I received a phone call from a defendant in my hometown of Los Angeles. Go Dodgers. This defendant called to tell me that he had hired, in his opinion, the greatest lawyer in the history of lawyers. And I love hearing that. I love hearing that someone's confident in the lawyer that he hired, that he's speaking openly and honestly with his lawyer. He's not holding back. I think that's fantastic. I asked this defendant, have you ever been in trouble before? He said no. So I said, to confirm, you've never been involved in any government investigation before? He said, no, unfortunately, this is my first time for healthcare fraud. I'm a physician. I'm indicted for some kickbacks. I hired some marketers and unknowingly paid them commissions thinking they were bringing me business. But as it turned out, those were kickbacks. I'm in a whole lot of trouble. I've hired a lawyer. I think it's fantastic. Again, I love that. When I asked him how he deduced that this was the best lawyer, he said, well, all you need to know is he's a former U.S. attorney. There's nothing more to know. He's a former U.S. attorney. This may be a shorter video because I'm in Chicago and I'm cold. I'm going to wrap this up, make sure I'm looking into the camera. So I said, do you know anything more than he's a U.S. attorney? He said, no. Now, he gave me the name of the lawyer. I won't mention it. I will tell you it's a very good lawyer. It's a very good lawyer. But I said, is that all you relied on, that he's a U.S. attorney? He said, yes. Is there anything more than I need to know? This guy will be negotiating with people who are going to be determining my plea agreement and how long I should go to prison for. So this is really apropos, because here I am at the Millennium Knickerbocker Hotel in Chicago, getting ready to speak for the next 2 days at a conference with Sam Mangel, my partner, to share the ways that our team helps people prepare, share the content from our subject matter experts, and the ways that we help defendants mitigate through a very difficult crisis. And earlier tonight I spoke with, it's freezing. Earlier tonight I spoke with a lawyer who was a federal public defender. And I said, give me your thoughts on U.S. attorneys who become defense attorneys. Walk me through the pros and cons. And he said, Justin, it's very simple. It's very simple. Here are the pros of hiring a U.S. attorney. They probably have a relationship with that office. So if someone's going to negotiate a plea agreement, which most do, they're probably in a pretty good position to negotiate that plea because they have a relationship with that office where they used to work. It makes sense. That is a pro. Well, what's the con? I asked him. Well, the con is, in my 35 years of working as a defense attorney, the con is they tend to too easily believe the government's version of events. And they may not negotiate or fight as hard for their client as they should in negotiating the best plea because they may defer to or agree with the government's version. I'm shivering, and the scary thing is it's only like 57 degrees, but you can tell I was raised in Los Angeles. So I said to this defendant, and I say to all of you, I love that he hired a lawyer that he respects and he's working well with. But don't think because you've hired a U.S. attorney, a former U.S. attorney, solves all problems. You've still got to vet and hold them accountable. For example, have they had success in what it is they're hoping you want them to do for you, which of course is to get the shortest sentence. So what I would encourage you to do, whether you've hired a former U.S. attorney or someone who works as a federal public defender who's now in public practice or private practice, ask them questions like, can you provide me 3 recent scenarios or case studies of clients of yours who got the outcomes that you desired? Let me be more clear. Let's just say the government sentencing memorandum asks for 50 months. The lawyer sentencing memorandum asks for 24 months, a year and a day, whatever, pick a number. Can the lawyer you're considering hiring provide evidence that he was persuasive to the judge and the judge came in at or close to his number? You want evidence that the lawyer that you're hiring can do what he says he is going to do or what she says she is going to do. Doesn't that make sense? Who would hire someone and give $100,000 or $200,000 or $300,000 if there wasn't proven evidence of success? So that's the takeaway for this video. I want you to love your lawyer. I want you to work, am I even looking into the camera? I want you to love your lawyer. I want you to work well with your lawyer. I want them to communicate well with you. I want them to embrace your mitigation and demonstrating what you've learned and why you're worthy of leniency. But don't think for a moment simply because you've hired a former U.S. attorney, that's a ticket to getting the shortest sentence in the most favorable prison. Confirm, get evidence that they have done what they said they are going to do for you. And frankly, the best way to do that is to speak to some of their prior clients. Some lawyers have said to me, Justin, there's privacy and privilege issues. Nonsense. If a client of theirs loves them and if they've delivered, they will hop on the phone for 5 or 10 minutes to talk to you about how great they are. When someone's contemplating hiring white collar advice, and if they're on the shelf or they're unsure and they say, Justin, this sounds like you're telling me exactly what I want to hear because you want me to hire your company. Sure, I'm a marketer, I'm a salesman, I believe in what our team does, I think we can help. But if someone is unsure, you know what I'll say? Talk to 2 clients, talk to 5 clients, talk to 10 clients. I don't care. Talk to as many as you think will help you understand how you need to convey through your own words why you're worthy of leniency. Go to White Collar Advice on Trustpilot and you read the reviews. Much like we encourage potential clients to speak with our clients so they can hear through their own words how we help, you need to do the same thing with a lawyer. Do not be enamored by the fact that they're U.S. attorney. I'm sure they're great attorneys and they're skilled and educated, no doubt. But being a former U.S. attorney and now a defense attorney does not make someone a great attorney. Get evidence, get confirmation, and most importantly, speak to their prior clients. It's freezing. I'm going inside. Super excited to speak to hundreds of white-collar defense attorneys over the next 2 days in Chicago. Goodbye.